Riding bikes along the beach, squeaking sand beneath our feet. Water is so clear and blue, all my dreams are coming true. Days are hard and nights are long.
Something that is so funny to me, and like I do it too sometimes, but drive-through culture in sweet old America. Like I almost went in this drive-through, seeing that it was like 22 cars long, like wrapped around the building twice, headed back onto the road. I was like, yeah, I could probably sit there, just listen to some tunes, whatever. But I was like, no, I'll just park and go in, whatever. I parked, went in, got my drink, came back out, and the cars, like only 2 cars had gone through. Like I could have been sitting there for like 30 minutes, and I still considered it. And obviously everyone else that's still sitting there is considering it. But sugar cookie latte, all with almond milk. I just got it as is. I did get it hot, which I've heard, I don't know if I've heard that it's like meant to be had cold, but it's cold outside and I'm not trying to freeze myself. Okay, starting out good with the little lick, but official. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Usually I get drinks half sweet because I don't always like just like super sweet drink. And I didn't for this one because I was like, I'm just gonna have it how it was made, see how it is. And I honestly don't find it to be super duper sweet. It tastes like, what I was gonna say, it tastes like a vanilla candle that I have at home, which I guess is like, it tastes vanilla-y, but somehow it like specifically tastes like that warm vanilla candle. But then it also has like, you can definitely taste the sprinkles in it too, which is incredible. The thing I always forget about this Starbucks is like right now I'm looking at where I have to turn left to get out of here, and I might just be going on a joyride instead. We'll see what Wright has for me, because I went, it's like 8:15 right now, so I guess people like are on their way to work. I always forget that like whenever I have Tuesdays off, not everyone has Tuesdays off. Well. Good morning, happy Tuesday. As you know, today is classwork day and class day.
Hello.
These days, let's make them last forever. These days, let's hope they last forever. These days, under the sun together. These days, let's make them last forever.
Good morning. I totally forgot that I was vlogging. So it is now Thursday, and usually today would be a day that I would be going into my internship. However, today is November 11th, so it's Veterans Day, state holiday, and so full-time staff has the day off, and so it didn't really like make sense for me to be there. So I went to my internship yesterday. The whole day I kept forgetting it was Wednesday. Like I kept thinking it was Thursday because it felt just like Thursday. But I finally did the training. If you remember the training I was supposed to do last week that got rescheduled, it was just like very basic, like self-defense, how to get out of different holds type training. Did it. It took probably like 30 minutes. Like it did not take a long time. And then whenever I came home, I was like, oh, Zach, I learned all these things to get out if someone were attacking me, blah, blah, blah. They didn't work on him. So my confidence was already low and now it's even lower. But I like to imagine that, God forbid I'm ever in like the heat of a moment, but if I were to be in the heat of the moment, that I would do better than what I was doing practicing. But had that training and then had a session with a kid yesterday that went really well, really great kid, and had the treatment team meeting yesterday because since people weren't going to be here today on Thursday, we did it on Wednesday instead, where I had a couple kids just give like monthly updates about, because they like to make sure that each kid is talked about at least once a month just to make sure no one's falling through the crack. Oh, this was a little funny. There was a kid that came in and people kept calling him a sleeper, like that this kid was a sleeper. I kept hearing it all around and I was like, I literally have no idea what that means. Like what on earth is a sleeper? Like what does that mean? And so I googled it and was like, in prison system, what is sleeper or something like that. And the first thing that came up, like I just clicked the first link that came up because usually that's like relevant information. And this first link that came up, I was reading it and it was talking about like a new implementation in the prison system where they have sleeper inmates that are put in long-term medically induced comas to serve their time. And it was talking about how it's like a more humane way to serve time because they don't even know they're there. And I was reading this whole thing thinking that it was true, like, oh my gosh, like this kid is coming in and he's in a coma and we're just keeping him in a coma. Like what is this? Turns out the site that I clicked on was like this dystopian fiction site that people just submit things to, and I was just taking it for fact, which I felt a little bit silly about. But there was a good like 3 minutes there where I was like, this kid is in a coma. But why was it the first thing to come up on Google? Like, why was that the first link? I do not know. Turns out that a sleeper just means he's staying the night because his court is closer to this center than to the one that he was actually housed at. So it's just like a slumber party. Nothing, absolutely nothing to do with medically induced comas. Felt goofy for that one. No, but yesterday I just like hung out. It was a good day. I felt like I got quite a bit done. Filed some things, came home. What did I even do when I got home? Worked on some homework. I swear I'm gonna forget that I have class tonight because the routine is messed up since I'm here today instead of being home yesterday. But I have class tonight at 6:30. It's my suicide assessment and treatment class. I finished all of the work for it tomorrow before my internship. I woke up at 5 because this professor likes us to have the asynchronous work done 24 hours before class, and I didn't feel confident that I would get it all done like after getting home from my internship in the 24 hours, and so woke up early yesterday, did it. But I slept in today for the most part. 7:36. What is happening with this? I slept on my hair wet, so now it's like still wet. It's not dry, but it is also like growing. I don't know. I will run a few errands today because my roommate has an interview that he's coming home for at 12 that he usually would just not be home at all today, but he has an interview, and so I'm gonna leave while he does his interview so that he feels comfy, doesn't feel like I'm listening in. I think that's all the updates I have for you, at least for now. I'll try to remember to vlog again before like 2 days pass. I made it all the way to CVS before remembering that I was only going to CVS because I had coupons there and I left the coupons at home. Let me hold you up over the speed bump. Ah! So now I'm headed back home to get my coupons. Embarrassing. So it turns out I'm actually just dumb and my CVS coupons are all expired. They all expired 2 days ago, so it's really close. But now I figure I'm just gonna go to Target because I was only going to CVS because I had the coupons. And the stuff I need to get, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cheaper. Oh, why are we so fluffy today? The stuff I'm gonna get is gonna be cheaper, I believe, at Target than at CVS. So it's fine. I'll just have more time to have a little dance party, sing some songs in the car because that's a good form of therapy. And also Jason's having his interview like right now as we speak. So he didn't need for me to be gone, but I just figured he'd probably be more comfortable knowing I'm not listening in. And so I'm headed to Target.
All of my thoughts begin and end with you.
Okay, I did some damage at Target. I really did. You're sitting on my box of family-size multigrain Cheerios, so I guess that starts off our haul. You just don't get to see it because you are literally on top of it. But I have a pile of things, so I'll show you what I got. Starting with some ground turkey. Maybe that's the most boring thing there is. Ground turkey. Zach requested it. Got these Kind breakfast protein bars because they're really easy to grab, and so I just include them as part of my lunch, or else I'd be hungry. Chicken breast with rotisserie style seasonings. I used to get this a lot last year, and so I figure I'll make my lunch with it too. Zach requested some gluten-free bread, $5.49 for this loaf, size comparison, but it's gluten-free, so I guess it's worth it. Got this coffee. I got the blue kind that, what's it called? I think it's called Genius. I got it one time last year, and usually it's pretty expensive, but it was 40% off today, so I was like, okay, I'll just get it again to try it. I'm not out of my current coffee, but I'm starting to run out, so I wanted to have a backup, but it's the Vita Cup, maybe Vita Cup coffee. This one is for memory and immunity, but it has just like mushrooms in it and various vitamins, I guess. Oh, vitamin B1, 5, 6, 9, 12, and D3, so I support that. I like me a good B12 buzz. Got some quick oats just because we were out of those. Got some laundry detergent, because we're almost out of that. Some pasta sauce, tomato, basil, and garlic. And then the more interesting, well, maybe this isn't the more interesting. Got some little wall plugins because the one that is in my wall is like empty and it has been for a second. Got some ibuprofen because we realized we didn't have any of that, so got some ibuprofen. And then I got a contour stick because it's been a long time since I've like actually contoured with a contour stick. I used to have one, I really liked it, and then it ran out and I just never did anything to re-get it, restock it. I do have bronzer, but I don't know, I don't really like contouring with that. And then this LA Girl lip plumper I saw on TikTok, and it said that it was a really good lip plumper. I can open it, but it was only $5. So that's why I was like, well, might as well try, because I personally don't have lips that much. This is tinted. I would have rather get clear just because I like that better, but we'll do a little try. smells like cinnamon. Oh, actually, I wonder what's in it. I should look. Chemical. I don't know what any of those are. I don't know what's coming out. Oh yeah, it is. It says it goes on clear, but then tints pink. All right, so I like that it tastes like cinnamon. That's kind of fun. I can already feel the tingle. I have high hopes. I really like lip plumpers because my lips are not voluptuous. I just finished my workout and I did legs. There were 2 other people in here, so I didn't take any videos, but it was one of those workouts where even though I'm doing like the same, I don't know, not the same moves, like I change it up, but like worked out regular, like nothing was weird. I don't feel like I was going easy, but my muscles just didn't feel like they were working. And like I would weight up, so it wasn't like I was going too light. It just like, they weren't activated or something. It was very weird because like I know I worked, but I just don't feel like I did. So it's like in my brain, workout isn't quite checked off, even though I've been here for like 45 minutes solely doing leg exercises. Weird day, weird day. I have class and this is, wow, the worst lighting I think I've ever seen in my life. And somehow it just keeps getting worse. Sorry, I have class in 45 minutes, which I keep feeling like I'm running late because it's so dark outside. It's so much darker than it ever has been before because daylight savings time. But I have a tenderloin back there that the oven is preheating for that I'll just stick in. And then I'm making a protein shake right now. The class is my suicide assessment and treatment class. And I did finish, I think I told you this, I finished all of the like asynchronous work for it yesterday morning, but I didn't read all of the articles. And so that's okay, like it's not gonna be a big deal in class, but I feel bad and I want to read them. Zach should be home any second, so. We're doing good. It's been a really chill day, which I think you can tell. Happy Friday. Are you ready for this? It's gonna be a good day. Got all ready for the day. Well, except for hair and clothes, if that's not obvious. Red, Taylor's version, is good, is great. Even, I can't wait to listen to it in the car where I can really be belting, you know? I somehow have lost my deodorant and I don't know how that happens, but I've looked through all of my stuff and there's no deodorant anywhere. So I guess I'll just be using Zach's today. Not that that's very different because I always use men's deodorant, so I'll just smell a little bit more manly than usual, I guess. I'm excited to go in today. If you can't tell, I just really love my internship. Class was good last night, my little suicide assessment and treatment class. My professor actually had her husband come talk to us, which was cool because he's part of a mobile crisis unit. And so it's like they have a 211 number that people can call referrals, whether it's a family member or themselves or whoever it is, they can call if they're having like a mental health crisis or if they express ideation of any kind, etc. And so then he is part of the team that will like go out to the house and in like 15 minutes kind of assess if someone needs to be hospitalized, like how great the risk is. So it's really cool to hear him talk about that. I don't think I really knew that was a job. And I don't think it is everywhere. They're in Connecticut, so pretty progressive there. But I don't know, it just sounded really cool and it was cool to hear him talk about it, especially just like him being in the field doing the things that we're learning about. And then we also did role plays with like one person was the clinician, one person was the client, and you were trying to kind of do like a little suicide assessment. And I got paired with our professor, which was really great. It's like one-on-one tutoring essentially. And I don't know, it's just so weird because like what I'm used to now in the prison is very different than like if you were to enter a therapist's office. In the fact that like whenever a youth comes into like whichever office I'm in the prison, nothing like zen is happening. Like I don't just like sit there, so how are you feeling today? Because they would laugh in my my face, like, just to be totally honest, they would. Like, so the interaction is just very different, and so it felt weird for me to like try to be more almost like private practice therapist-y. She could kind of tell that I was struggling, and so she like switched it around to where she would be the clinician and I'd be the client, so I could kind of see an example of how she does it, and she's great. I don't know, I felt like I was bad. And we have a midterm coming up, I think next week, which is like doing that exact thing but recording it, and so I just hope I get better. But we also have to write a reflection paper for it, so I guess if I'm bad, I'll just like talk about in the reflection paper why I'm bad. Yeah, I'm excited to go in today though. I don't think I have any sessions planned. We'll kind of see what happens. Honestly, it's been pretty slow this week, which is good. Like, no complaints, knock on wood. We don't need any chaos to start happening, but there haven't really been like new intake. A couple people have left, but it's been pretty routine, pretty chill, which is nice. Today's Friday, which means it's their fun Friday for the kids that get it. It means they get canteen on Fridays. What else do they get? I don't remember what else they get. I slept in until 6:15 this morning. Really, I woke up at 5 because Zach had practice and he was waking up then. And then I set my alarm for 6 because I was like, I am not staying awake right now. And so set my alarm for 6, woke up at 6, set my alarm for 6:15 because I was like, I'm not staying awake right now. But then 6:15 was okay. I was okay waking up at 6:15. I feel like I've been running out of things to talk about, so glad to be hanging out with you. I wish it could be two-sided. What are you doing today? Yeah? I feel like Dora. Whenever I say something, you respond. How are you doing today? What are you doing for yourself today? What are you doing to make someone else smile today? Yeah. Thank you for responding. Thank you for participating. I talked about this in last week's vlog, but I feel like I found my routine. I found my groove, which means there's like less things for me to talk about because everything I'm doing is just like routine, you know? So it's a good and bad, you know, two sides to the same coin, but I'm doing well. I had Chipotle again for dinner last night, and it was the best Chipotle bowl that I have had in such a long time. Not that Chipotle's ever bad, but sometimes it's just different every time that you go, you know? They change up the proportions on you. The meat will taste different. Yesterday, so good, so good. Today's Saturday, if that's not clear, if I haven't done the little edit with the little typing sound that says Saturday yet. I slept like 9.5 hours last night. Don't know why that happened, but I feel like I look well rested, which I'm loving. Yesterday at my internship, great day overall. Honestly, work-wise, it was pretty slow, but that just meant that I could like be there, be around, and I loved that. Had a fun time, had a good time. It was a fun Friday again for the boys, but they didn't really want to do anything, so they just ate sloppy joes and kind of like sat around, which was fine. And overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I actually, and maybe you're here because of this, I've been trying a little bit harder on my TikTok lately. Been gaining some traction. Not a lot, minuscule amount, but it feels like a lot. And I don't know if it's related or not, but also the YouTube subscribers have gone up quite a bit this week. So if you're one of those new subscribers, hello. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you enjoyed this video. You're kind of coming at a time where I'm pretty busy and not giving the most effort to my videos, but also it's just fun to hang out, you know? Fun for us to be here together. So just wanted to say that because I know that quite a few people, this might be your first video you're watching of me, so I hope you made it till now, made it through whatever mess was happening in the beginning of the week, made it to now, and I just want to say that I'm so appreciative and I thank you a lot. Today, what does today look like? I'm babysitting tonight, which I kind of forgot about, so it was a good thing I checked my calendar there. It's been a while since I've hung out with kids. But I'm babysitting tonight, and until then we'll probably just be like editing this video, doing some classwork for the upcoming week, watching Gilmore Girls. It's right in front of me, right here. I'm on episode 11. It's a good comfort show. I was watching Jane the Virgin, and then I feel like it ends so suddenly. Like I'm never ready for it to be done, so I actually didn't watch the last episode. I forget is it 4 seasons, 5 seasons? I didn't watch the last episode because I'm not ready to be done with it again, even though that was like 2 months ago and I still haven't watched the last episode. And then I was watching Pretty Little Liars, which I'll probably go back to, but that's like less of a comfort show because Gilmore Girls, you know, you just turn it on. It's warm and fuzzy. It's fun. So that's been the current state of the union there. I just tried to do a cute time lapse. The chair's still set up from it in my kitchen as I was like making coffee. I put away dishes. I was cleaning up a little bit, and it genuinely was gonna be really cool. And I didn't notice, but like as soon as I walked away from setting the camera up, it tipped over. So you could just see my feet the entire time, like running around the kitchen, but that's okay. Hope you're doing well. Glad you hung out with me for this, whatever this video is. Like I said, I haven't edited it yet, so I don't even know what it's like, but whatever it was, glad you're here for it. Hope you choose to stick around, and I'll see you next time.